Okay, so you can see, I'm going to show here in a minute, there's two wolves across the lake. They're actually headed exactly where I'm going. They were crossing the lake and they're heading into a trail that I'm going to take up. We're going to set up, we're going to have a lunch. We're going to do some different survival techniques that I want to show you. But something I want to mention to you, yesterday I was coming to check out this area and I walked on the ice and I walked halfway across this lake, and I'll show you this in a minute. I fell through, and luckily enough, I managed to get out. Some of the ice was around where I fell through was still thick enough. So I'm really not sure what happened. I'm actually going to put the drone up today so you can see exactly where I went through. After I got up on the ice, I got out of there and I had about a half an hour drive to home. So no video, no nothing. Anyway, I just got out of here. So I'm back today. I'm walking around the lake. I'm definitely not going on it. And just very thankful that I got out of that very bad situation. So we'll send the drone over later on and we'll see what happened. I'm going to drop the drone down as close as I can to it. I'm still shocked that I went through the ice. Because I know before I went on the ice, along the edge, there was over a foot. So I'm thinking maybe I hit a weak spot that was covered up. I don't know. I'm really curious to see, and I'm absolutely not going anywhere near this lake. Lesson learned. Okay, well, let's keep walking, and okay, hopefully we've been walking for probably about half an hour now, and it is time to shed a layer. Okay. Yeah, so hopefully we see some game. Anyway, chitter chatter. Let's get going. Okay, I just showed you some fresh tracks. I'm gonna assume that's deer. We probably spooked them on the way up. Anyway, we're gonna take this trail up, get to the top of the hill, and get set up. Okay, well, we made it. So what we're gonna do in this spot, right now we're gonna go get some wood. We're gonna get a fire going, and so generally, if you watched the channel before, you know that I have fire starters. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to try a couple different methods. One that I've never tried before, and we'll see which one works best. Anyway, let's head over. There's a couple dead trees on the ground over here. I already picked up some of this on my way up, and I picked up some birch bark as I walked up here. So let's head over there, get the wood for the fire, and get this going. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate to you a couple cotton balls and Vaseline, how easy this is. So all you do, you take your cotton balls, you get some Vaseline on it, and then you just go like this. So as you can see, I've got a lot on there, but that's okay. So all you do, there you have it. Whoa. Oh, shoot. Ooh. So you can see, that is burning. That is burning pretty good. So it's lasting quite a long time, isn't it? And of course, I'm not going to waste one of these. You know, you light it and this thing probably lasts. I haven't timed this yet, but maybe I should. They last quite a long time. But for the price of this, that's definitely getting a fire going. So, okay, so what I want to try to do right now, I want to see, okay, let's just put this away. let's see. You know what? Let's put a little bit on here. Let's do this. Lasting pretty long, that's still burning. So I want to see if I can get this going. Oops. Okay. Let's take this right here. So I guess maybe I should be kind of going like this. You know what? Everybody uses their knife. Let's see what happens. Whoa! Oh, look at that. First strike with the knife, and this thing is going. Wow. Okay, so the knife works way better than this gizmo. Look how easy that was. Huh, interesting. Okay, well that's a pretty handy little tool. Liking it. So cotton balls and Vaseline. It's a wicked fire starter and it's cheap. Also, these are light. Don't get me wrong, these are light. You can put this stuff in a plastic bag, in another plastic, in a bag. And this is probably the same weight, if not lighter. So, and it's a heck of a lot cheaper. So, and it's still burning. I'm pretty impressed in how long this is burning. Wow. Okay, so this is gonna go back in my bag. So let's get a fire going. Let's do this with the cotton balls. We're not gonna use a fire starter. We all know. I'll do it with it. So let's just see. Nope. Okay, so let's get a couple more. So we'll do 3 cotton balls. What do I do with the Vaseline? Right here. So let's put a little more Vaseline in here. Okay. So something else I'd like to say about having Vaseline with you. So, if you're out in the bush, it's not just a fire starter. Say if you get chapped lips, you know, excellent for chapped lips. It's, if you get a cut and clean it out, you can put Vaseline over the top of the cut. It'll keep dirt and stuff out. There's many uses for this, so it's not just fire starter. Very handy, very handy. You know, like a fire starter like that, well, that's it. It's pretty much fire starter. So let's try this now. Let's do this again with the knife, and then we'll get a fire going here. Pretty happy that worked that well. Figure. Whew. Man, I can't believe how well this stuff works. Okay, let's get the fire going. Let's get a little bit of this birch bark on here. Get this going. Okay, well, the fire's starting to go really well now. So what we're gonna do, let's get ourselves a cup of coffee on the go here. And the other day, I finally caught a nice trout. I'll show you that in 2 seconds. Look at that. Woo! All right. while this fire gets going and get ready to start cooking and having a coffee, I have a tarp and a little bit very good. So, okay, so I have a tarp and it is a cut size of 10 by 12. So what we're going to do with this is I'm going to show you how to make a shelter quickly. So there's a couple things we need to do. We have to go make 4 stakes, and we're going to go. I'm just going to take my axe. I'm going to go cut a couple little dead limbs, and I'll show you what we're going to do with those. The knife, and then we're going to set this up. Minutes, and you have an excellent shelter. So this tarp, brand new, picked it up yesterday. It cost me $10, and it's light. If you have this in your backpack, so when I go hunting, I always have some sort of tarp. Many different uses. To sit on, even just to cover, if you're hunting in the snow or something, just to cover yourself. It'll keep the wind off you. Tons of different stuff. I know it's a little noisy. This one's not quite as noisy as some other ones, but it's pretty good. And it's definitely a cheap tarp. You know, $10 for 10 by 12. It's pretty good. So, and it's light. There's nothing to it. There's so many uses for this. Now, and there's one thing I want to go back to with the fire starter. So, I keep the Vaseline, the things in a plastic bag. So say if you're in a survival situation, this plastic bag can do many things for you. One thing, collect water. Just lots of different stuff. You know, water is just one of them. So keeps everything dry in here, keeps that. Say if you want to keep some gloves, extra pair of gloves in here, keeps them dry. But the big thing is, you know, if you want it to catch water. So there's another good one with the tarp. You can use the tarp to catch water, drain it into the bag, drink out of it. There's a lot of good uses for this. So, but with that being said, I'm gonna go cut 4 steaks, and then I'll show you, and then we'll head over and we'll start getting that going. Okay, so what I have here, I've got a dead twig with a little branch off. Now, keep in mind, this is going to be the part that goes in the ground. So this has to be smaller or very close to the size of the ground. So it actually physically has to go in there. Okay, so this one's perfect. And that one's good. Now, rid of these crazy glasses. So let's head over and get this tarp going, and I'll show you how to do this. 2 pegs, put it in each corner. A little tight. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to lift this up and we're going to pull this corner over here. Push that back. This corner between 2 and 3 feet apart. So now what we'll do is we'll take our stakes again. Got to make sure that these are tight and stake it down. So this one, I'm going to send just a little bit more. Okay, now we have to put the center pole in. I cut this on a bit of an angle, but here's the thing. See how all rough this is? This is gonna cut your tarp in no time. If it's windy, you know, have a look. You know, if you have a saw, you could cut that better, which I do. I just did this with the axe, but it's a good way to show. I mean, literally, that will go through the tarp in no time. So, what you need to do, get some moss, or if you have a t-shirt or something you can spare, but most likely you're not going to. So, see that? Add some more to it, some grass, you know, just use the stuff that you have around here. Okay, now, let's go in here, put this in. So you're pretty much done. Well, if you're in there, you can close this up. You've got yourself a nice little spot. That pole could have been a little bit bigger, but still, remember, you're going in this for body heat. Get out of the rain. If you have to spend the night, it's a perfect place. Not ideal, but you're out of the elements. So, if you have some paracord with you or some sort of rope, there's another trick to this. Hang tight and I'll show you. Okay, so we have a piece of paracord. Take this, put it through here. Now you can still close this up, and then you can still close that up. But the good thing is now any water, rain is going to go this way. I would suggest if it's windy and it's rainy, I would go along and put pegs in the tarp to hold it down. You know, I just have the four corners right now. You know, so it's pretty loose. I would just keep pinning this down. You saw how fairly easy that was. So, you know, it's a pretty easy shelter. A stick, a tarp, nothing to it, right? So let's go in and check this out. Okay, well, we're in here, and you know, you can keep this open, you can look out, you can have a fire a little ways away, and you have yourself a shelter. So there you have it. This is better than being out in the rain, in the wind, if you're wet or damp, if you're lost, anything, or if you just need a place to stay warm for a little bit. This is it. Your body heat will warm this up and it'll help you out. You're in here already with me just breathing and stuff. In a half an hour, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, there'll be a big difference. So to get yourself out of the weather, literally for what? $10? Keep it in your backpack. It's light, it's easy, and there's many different uses for this, not just this. You know, you can sit on it, you can keep yourself dry, you can wrap it around yourself if you're hunting, or, you know, many different things. So, not bad, right? So this is exactly how I like to cook my fish. I know somebody's looking for a piece. Yourself? Anyway, doesn't get any better than this. I'm glad you guys are here to join me because this is just exactly what I love to do. Anyway, bon appetit. What's that? Yeah, good, eh? Okay, well, that was an awesome day. So we're going to end the video here. We're going to walk out and we're gonna go down. We'll get the drone, we'll fly it over the lake, and we'll see what it looks like. All right, well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Good girl.